Hello, this is Robert Brodish, and I'm going to talk today about ePortfolios and my experience in creating one. Before I get into how I created one and what I used, I'm just going to share my general thoughts and ideas on ePortfolios. Prior to this assignment, I didn't really have any prior knowledge to what ePortfolios are or what they're used for. I had a positive experience creating one. What I think was the best thing is that you can add your own personal touch to providing the general information that's normally asked during interviews and the job application process. I also think it's nice to be able to save and share different activities that you might do over the course of your career in a job or as a student in your coursework, just as you do it rather than doing it all at one time or trying to find all of that information at once. Um, I think the reason I didn't know much about ePortfolios is because they aren't used, or I haven't had to use them much in the educational field. Typically, when you apply for a job, they ask you to either upload specific documents like your resume, a cover letter, letters of reference, and all of those into either a system, or they just ask for your copy or a PDF file of those rather than putting them on a website that displays all of them for you. I feel like since the educational field doesn't use that often, that's what's made them um, new to me. I do think that you can create a general folder that has things that you'd like to add within the Google Drive, and to even get students started on creating their own ePortfolios, you could definitely use any type of cloud system where students have the opportunity to save what they're doing during their coursework into one central location, so that they could always add that stuff to an ePortfolio or a website in the future. Now I'd like to show you the ePortfolio that I created for this assignment, and I used a website called Wix. I just Googled free ePortfolios, and this was one of the first sites that appeared. Like many other free sites, they also have various upgraded versions where you can get more storage or more options like audio, video, and upload things like that to your ePortfolio. But for this assignment, I just chose to stay with the free one. What I chose while creating this was a template that they already had kind of designed for me. I answered a few questions like what my purpose was, what am I. Now, what I found was very easy with this was you could click on any section, and it allows you to easily on the left side add or uh, change what you will see in the screen. So, for instance, I just deleted my last name, and immediately it already shows that. Then from there, you could easily go down to the next section, and you could type in whatever else you would want there. So I decided to put my background, put why do I teach, and you could easily type this information in. I also was able to add different buttons, they called them, on the bottom where I could attach my resume and letters of reference to that. Before I get much further, any of these sections can be found in the top two, so it'll take you directly to this. So each of these sections was the same. I just added my own pictures, as you can see here, and different times that I would have used things like. Then from here, after creating this, you could just hit publish, or I'll hit preview for now, and you could see what it would actually look like. As I interviewed students in my school, students didn't have much knowledge of what they are or their use. The only response I received from a student was that they thought it was something that artists would use to save all of their online work. When I asked staff about this, they knew about them, they've heard of them, but they didn't really use them. Again, I think this falls back to that fact that these aren't used very much in education at this point, especially for professionals to ask them for their credentials. I did find a research article, and it compared the uses and platforms between two different universities. As you can see here, it says Auburn did this over 3 or 4 courses, and that was using it in different academic years as well. So it's kind of a cumulative file. and Ohio State used it in one course during students' senior year. Students in both cases were able to make connections between their courses after they put together their ePortfolio, and they also thought it was easier to speak about their coursework during interviews for jobs or to others about what they do. Thank you for watching my presentation on ePortfolios.